Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm your host this evening, Dark, as I am every evening that we stream here. I want to say what's up to everybody in chat. Do me a favor and please let me know what you all enjoyed for dinner. I am excited to learn. Dirt McGirt, what's up, brother? Man Against the Masses. Joe Morris, Flying Rich, what's up, brother? Toytown Inc. Dang, Toytown said Dark is changing the game. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Joe Morris, what's cracking? Oh, sorry. Vanessa Kitty? Josh, what's up, brother, man? It's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and the family are good. Miss you and your warm embrace. JK. Scott, what's cracking? What's cracking? Just saying what's up to everybody. And it's a Luigi. It's a Luigi. I love how you changed your username to, hey, it's a Luigi. Beautiful. OP. Dang, and Luigi's a channel member too, man. But all you guys deserve props, man. I appreciate all y'all. So we're about to get started. It's been a very, very interesting. Oh my God, y'all! We got a celebrity up in here. We got P80 MF Ralph, and I have to do something right now. So hang tight for 1 second. I know some folks gonna get jelly, but a promise is a promise. P80, Kimball, Loki, what up? What up? Dang. See, they don't show me. I'm looking at the live chat versus the top chat that they show me here. They don't show me nothing, man, compared to what they show me in the regular live chat. That's crazy, man. PP80. Loki, man, good to see you, man. And I'm glad that, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, Loki, for real. Crypto, what up? So we're going to get started in a minute. Go ahead and type what you had for dinner. If you did not have dinner, I'm very sorry, terribly sorry. And type in what you wish you would have had for dinner and share your unfortunate story. Hey, P80 Ralph, go ahead and refresh, brother. We have something tonight that we are going to like hyper focus on that is a game changer. And I can't even stress it enough. So guys, get ready. We're going to do a deep dive on something that Noah may have built. Should I do that, or should I do the old school substitute teacher librarian? What do you think? Huh? I can't do that. I'm sorry, dude. Hey, and I appreciate Tactical Pineapple. I appreciate you so much for making that for me. God, that music is so bad. It's so bad. I just can't look at it. Y'all know what it is. Let me get 30 seconds. You know, I don't typically drink out of coffee mugs at 10:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But when I do, you better bet it's an HCM Holsters mug. There's actually nothing in here yet, but there will be in a moment. So I want to go ahead and introduce our super special guest. Guys, we've been waiting for this for a long time. The one and only, I can't. How do I introduce him? Like the innovator, the most creative. Like he's got to have won awards and shit. We have the Invader Zip, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Dude, it's awesome to have you here, man. This is cool. I've been waiting for this for a while, and I got to be honest. I actually didn't know who you were until I heard about the Arc.
Yeah, so I was a nobody before the work, basically. I was working on some other design that I never really followed through with, and then I started working on the arc and I kind of stuck with it.
Sorry, I gotta say, Kimball, thank you. I appreciate that. I've made that decision as of tonight. We will no longer play the substitute teacher video music intro.
It's
I
like
won't.
it's like reading Rainbow. You see that?
That's what literally. That's what I said. I was like, the more you know, you know. Um, yeah. So I would definitely be interested in learning what that other project was. But when I saw the arc, it just like captivated me. Like it was crazy because you at first you can't really tell. It's like, okay, is this like a concept that like somebody's like, because you see pictures all the time of like you know uh, shit that people what do you call it, Photoshop, and
Yeah, like
I mean
renders. Yeah.
yeah, and it legit looked like a render that like somebody dreamed of. And I actually will take a moment to pull up a picture of it. So tell me a little bit about kind of like the inspiration. Well, first introduce who you are, and then we'll jump into kind of when, where, how, why, and all that.
So yeah, I'm Invader Zip, um, and I build guns. It's not really much to it. I'm kind of a nobody that just designed one gun that people like. So that's what I got. There'll be more coming, but so for now it's just art.
Yeah, and this one that we're focusing on today, the arc, is it's garnering a lot of attention. We'll say that.
Yeah, no, definitely got some traction. I don't know. It's definitely not caliber wise because there's a lot of guns out there that are shooting pistol calibers, but it might just be like the futuristic look of it.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I also think the modularity of it, and I also think how creative it is. It's I'm trying to pull up a picture. Here we go. Okay, so do you have a specific picture you want to show, or should I just grab like
You can grab any of them; they're all gonna look more or less the same, unless you got like
okay.
some bubblegum print or something going on.
Yeah, right. I got okay, it's the red one with the Chris in it over the big P80. Oh, that's Ralph's
That's
joint.
Ralph's. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Ralph's.
okay.
Yeah,
Ralph, you about to be Oh, you're already famous. What am I
yeah.
talking about?
Ralph's looks good though. Ralph's looks good. He got his
Yeah,
printed right before release, I believe.
dude, it's super clean. And that gray one you showed me is crazy clean.
The one behind me, or the one that's on the thumbnail for the release files.
Well, both actually, but the one that you showed me behind you is crazy clean. So, guys, this is an example of the arc. Now, the reason I say it's an example of the arc is because this is an extremely modular design. And I'll have Invader Zip kind of run through it and explain a little bit more about it. But where did you get the name Invader Zip? I realized that it's very similar to an old cartoon character.
Yeah. So no, I was stuck on a name for the longest before I actually became somebody. Um, it was before I joined AWCY, honestly, and I like space. I like alien theories or whatever you would call it.
Okay.
But I wanted something that was kind of like mixed between that and the gun community that we're in.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you're just looking through like pictures of bullshit of like alien cartoons, a lot of cartoon shit. And I saw Invader Zim and I was like, oh, but everything's like zip files and zip guns. So I was like, oh, we can do Invader Zip. And then it kind of stuck.
Dude, zip gun was the first thing that I thought of. I was like, it has to be something with a zip gun.
Yeah, because we make like, homemade, unmarked guns. Like, that's basically a zip gun.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
you everything download a zip file. So it worked out. It was perfect.
yeah. No, that's beautiful, man. Um, just a quick little stroll through chat. Heath, what's up, man? Sport Brand, what's going on? T for Tejas, Gurchop. Gurchop, hey, so just so you know, Invader Zip, Gurchop is one of the guys that doesn't have much faith in 3D printing, and he's expressed that a few times. And Gurchop, I'm going to say that after tonight, after you see what is being created out here, man, you're going to have a little more faith. And I'm praying for your release date because I'm pretty sure you're watching this in prison. And Thirsty Colt, what's up, man? And Kimball, all you guys. Yeah, so here is another Be Fair Childs. What's up, brother? All right, I'm going to take my focus off chat for a little bit, guys, because
Oh,
I will.
hang on. Flying Rich, he said, did you ask Zip what his day job is? I don't mind sharing. So I actually don't have a day job. I have a night job. So by night, I am building aircraft
Batman.
engines. Yeah, I wish.
I'm just-
Yeah, by night, I'm building aircraft engines, and by day, I'm designing guns.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. That you're literally building engines because the way that you spoke about just the gas situation, right? Like most people can't convey that message the way that you did, and yeah, no, I'm impressed. How do you tag people in chat? You do a at and then you spell their name exactly how it is. um, Welcome to Earth 2022. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so here's another example of the arc. This is from Proto.
Yeah, this is Proto. He was also in the beta. I actually met up with him and shot with him. That was pretty
Nice.
cool. He shot the arc when it was still in alpha, before he
Yeah,
even started beta, and
nice,
he
dude.
loved it too. Yeah, he built one. That's really nice.
Dude, this is a super clean print.
To this day, I still rag on him about him not having a rear takedown pin in this picture.
Dude, it's the roast in you, the P. Ralph
Yeah.
roast in you. I was out at a store and I saw this glass display, and it was like a motorized crazy display, and it said patent pending on it. And I don't know if you know the whole thing about P. Ralph. When he sees the RMRs that say patent pending, he calls them out for being fake because they've had the patent on it forever. And I snapped a picture of it and texted to him like, "Yo, patent pending, dog." It was kind of funny. More funny when I did it though, and less funny when I just said it. So, what was the inspiration for this? Like, what brought you to this point and kind of, brought you in this world? What's up, John Crump?
um, so I wanted to do a pistol caliber carbine basically, and I wanted to do AR-15 platform because everyone's designing all these guns that are taking like World War II parts, and you have to buy these expensive parts kits where you need like one thing out of it, and they go out of stock, and people are like, they can't build it. So basically, it's the beta testers get first dibs, and that's about it. Like no one else is able to build shit. So
Yeah,
I chose the AR platform because you can basically buy AR parts from any website.
yeah,
Um, you're not gonna have to worry about availability, at least not anymore. Um, so yeah, that's why I
and
chose the
hopefully
AR.
not in the future either.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. So that was the idea for the platform, and then obviously pistol calibers because entirely printed, at least for now.
Yeah, and
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 then
that's
the
based
design.
on pressure, PSI, all that, right?
Yeah, and I mean the biggest issue right now
Blowback.
is. Oh, you're talking about like the concept of this gun, or why we're restricted to pistol calibers?
Yeah, I guess why you chose to restrict it, other than being awesome, fun, badass, cool. Um, what kept you at pistol caliber carbine range for this guy?
Because there's a lot of trial and error and proof that shows pistol caliber uppers they work. They'll last. I don't know round counts, but at least for mine, I know that it'll last 1,000 rounds, which I think is
Okay.
plenty for a printed gun.
The arc has lasted 1,000 rounds.
Yeah,
Wow,
there's one frame that has 1,000 rounds on it.
dude, that's dope, especially compared to like the typical 200 you hear about with
Oh yeah,
Glock blowers.
and I have it's in a lower, so I don't want to show it, but I have a printed ejector that has lasted me 600 rounds. It's still going.
What?
My first ejector, I broke it doing what basically Petey Ralph did, and
Yeah.
that's what's in the release docs now about what not to do. Bolt lock back, slam the mag in, and the ejector was the over insertion tab, and I
Mm,
just snapped it, and that was like first day that I was going to go test it. So I spent like 15 minutes taking it apart, putting all the shit back in. But
dang.
yeah, printed ejector's got 600 rounds on it, so if you're needing a metal ejector and you're in a state where I'm not going to ship it to, printed ejectors are just fine.
And is the ejector still currently the over, I guess, over travel stop or the
No,
magazine over
so
insertion, or did
after
you change that?
yeah, I changed it after Ralph did the exact same thing, even though it was in the docs. So I kind of gave Ralph a hard time for that.
Does
Um,
anyone read the README anymore?
no, I know, and it's literally the PDF is titled "How to Break Your Arc," and it's all things like what you do, how it breaks, how you fix it.
Dude, that's crazy.
Um, and yeah, so I redesigned so the lowers, the mag will have like an over insertion in them, so the mag will basically hit that before it hits the ejector.
Dude,
But I
that's
have ejectors. I'm selling ejectors. I won't even say selling. They're free. You just have to pay shipping. You get them in like a little, tiny little envelope with a stamp and your name on it with my beautiful handwriting. And
it
it
was
comes like
beautiful.
$3.24 for like the shipping, and that's it.
Girl
And you get
Chop,
it.
if you say ghost guns one more time, I swear to God. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. So if you want a metal ejector for your arc, um, go to invaderzip.com, play the video game, whatever. There's a video game out there, by the way. It's kind of
What? I did not know that.
yeah. So invaderzip.com, there's like a playthrough video game, and when you beat the video game, you get like a I don't remember if it was 5% or $5 off on my website. And then on the main menu of the video game, there's like new game, continue game, settings, store. And then if you click store, it brings you to the actual website where you can buy like hardware kits or like stickers or the ejectors or whatever else.
Damn. Dude, that's freaking awesome. Well, I'm looking at this thing and I'm super impressed. So if I were Grantham, I'd say, let's walk through it tip to butt. So kind of explain, the concept of it, like the modularity of it, what it's capable of, and just, if you want to walk through it tip to butt to tip, whatever you're
How we want
into.
to do it. All right.
You know.
Yeah. So the handguard is four pieces. You see green, black, black, green, but the blacks are the same color, so it looks like it's one piece. And you can print it as one piece, and there's files out there for one piece handguards if you have like an Ender 5 Plus or the Ender Extender Kit or whatever, if you have the Z Travel. Basically, the handguard and most end piece, it will not fit a suppressor inside, and I will get to that later as to why. And then the two black pieces, obviously, those are your, I want to call them length designators. So
Okay.
if you
Eh,
want to print a longer handguard, you just reprint those two black pieces. If you want a shorter one, you just reprint those two black pieces. And it literally just
okay.
stretches everything out, and then the end cap and the base stay exactly the same.
Nice. Okay. So,
Um,
and just for clarity, you said it will currently not fit a can inside the handguard.
Correct, and I
Okay.
don't intend on making it fit a can, but I strongly encourage you to learn CAD if you want to make it fit a can.
Yeah.
Use that as your encouragement, I guess.
And guys, stick around because the reason we're walking through like all of it, like the whole tip to butt thing, is because I've got some questions like what's the barrel length, what's the caliber, what's this, and that's the beauty of this. The answer is yes to all of those questions. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but yeah,
No,
feel
you're
free
good.
to continue.
So then the handguard base, uh, I would say, basically what it's doing is it's interacting with the barrel nut, and that's also getting a redesign for the DLC update. But it's basically sandwiching the barrel nut against the barrel against the upper receiver. So this entire gun is one big ass sandwich stacked like this, squished together by the threaded rods. So you'd have to snap a threaded rod long ways in order to break this gun, more or less.
Wow.
That's kind of why I wanted to design it the way I did, and why the gun is a little bit taller than your average AR.
And
So
and you actually did the old Hoffman test on this, which after we run through it, you can let everyone know what that is exactly.
yeah,
Was that
so
you or
no, I did it. Yeah.
okay?
So the Hoffman test, basically push-up test. So I did a push-up test on this, and I ended up doing over 100 push-ups because I kept fucking up on the video. And
Dang.
Yeah, and I was dying, dude. The last time I was like, yo, fuck this. I think I did 20 on the last video because I was beat. And I wasn't trying to wait another day to do it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I was doing it without a mag in because I figured putting a mag in is cheating. And then someone else was like, no, put a mag in it, like it's fine to do the push-up test like that. I was like, all right, fuck it. So I put a mag in. And then did push-up test on it, and it was fine. So it's gone over 100 push-up, or maybe 90 if I short the last video. But nothing broke. It still shoots, still racks, nothing jams. And it's just those threaded rods that run through it. You don't have leverage to bend that rod
That's
because everything is
crazy.
just so contained in one section.
That's crazy, man. That's a very creative design. That's incredible.
Thanks, man. So the handguard basically is just sandwiching against the barrel nut, against the barrel, against the receiver to hold your barrel in place. And the barrel nut actually has threads to thread onto on the upper receiver, which can I show an upper?
Yeah, you can do an upper.
So where's my camera? So this is actually getting a redesign. I don't know what angle is best for the light, but these threads are very fragile. They don't serve any structural purpose. The only real reason for them is your barrel nut to thread onto and remain centered in relation to your barrel. But we've had a few people, myself and Ralph included, that these threads have snapped off while firing, and you would have no idea that they snapped off until you take it apart. This is 100% infill. Well, it's however you want to do it. You want to do 4 walls, 100% infill. If you want to do all 99999 walls, just make it solid. And this is what I want to tell everybody if they print an arc is every single piece, make it solid. Someone decided to make their handguard base like 50% infill, and since that's what's holding your barrel in place by the sandwich, the barrel nut actually pressed into their handguard. And thankfully they weren't having out of batteries, but they were having they were jamming up. It wasn't feeding right.
Yeah, because we've seen what happens with like the FGC9, with the wind chimes kits that, well, and I don't want to blame it on the wind chimes necessarily, right? But it appeared that those were causing out of batteries. And if you guys have seen how nasty an out of battery can be, yeah, that looks like a P90 chassis in the back. Sorry, we're totally ADD.
Yeah, no. So that's a beta going on. I don't want to talk about that.
That's not there, guys.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Okay. Yep.
It's not what you think. It's
not
the other one that you think.
Yeah.
It wasn't the last. I think it was on.
It's the one that doesn't have any of the stuff.
It's the real one.
Yeah. That doesn't have.
It's not the one that was on
real
P80's stream.
Yep. Yeah. No, yeah, my bad.
You're good.
Just totally out.
I should have moved that. I didn't think about it. But.
No, it's 1022 P90 is awesome. It's incredible. Moving along. So there's the rods through this. That's awesome. So, and the 100% infill, I mean, the rigidity to this has got to be nuts. So that's really how you're getting 1,000 rounds to that thing with, I mean, no real issues.
Yeah, it's I think even if you print the longest handguard, which is 15 inches, you're still under 2 rolls of filament. So it's not bad. It's $50.
Under 2 rolls of filament for 100% infill.
Yeah, including the grip and brace and everything. And if you want to do the Danny Meatball printed mags, there's one in the release files that he made specifically for the arc. You're still under 2 rolls.
Bro, that is crazy. That is crazy. I don't know why that. And now I really don't have as much to compare this to, right? Like we spoke about it. I'm not like really in the printing world too heavy, right? I'm just kind of involved with folks that are. But yeah, I mean that's crazy. Okay, sorry, I keep interrupting you. Please.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
I find all of it so fascinating. That's why I'm like jumping in.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So then I missed the length designator black part on the handguard. So there's handguard lengths from 7-inch to 15-inch, and every inch length in between. So pick and choose what you want and just print those two parts. And that little circle on the front of the handguard, a lot of people don't know what that is. It is for a QD mount or a quick disconnect. You can put like a basically pops in, and you put a sling on it or something. So there's another one which is not in this one because that was before I added it, but on the grip and brace or grip and stock or just brace, however you want to do it. There's another one on the back, and there's another one on the buffer tube on the other side. So there's 3 points where you can attach if you want to do like a 2-point sling or 1-point sling or whatever. So that's what those little circles are. And upper receiver is basically your standard AR upper. It's shaped a little bit weird to account for the charging handle. So it's kind of got like a squared off body.
Yeah, I see that. That's interesting.
It's kind of like the worst upper I could have right here. I think I have a red one.
No, you can see it. It's almost like a rhombus.
This one's got some bullshit on it. Don't mind the bullshit. This was the alpha version, but yeah, you can kind of see the shape of it on that side to account for that charging handle.
Yeah. And that's a non-reciprocating charging handle.
Yeah, so this is the Riptide charging handle, which he's getting out there soon. It's got like a spring ball detent pin, that locks it in place in the front, and it just kind of engages with the gas key. I don't think it's considered a key because it's gas, but on the bolt carrier, and that's what basically you use to charge it, cycle it, and it's always in front of the gas key, so it's never gonna move.
Dude.
And the other one is the Gibbs. So it's the Gibbs G4, G9, Gen 2 side chargers. They're both cross compatible. They both fit in the same upper. Same concept. Okay. The Gibbs is a little bit tougher, so it's definitely going to eat away at the plastic. But I've been running the Gibbs with no problem.
Now, are you part of the side charger gang?
I guess I am now.
Yeah, right.
Because now we're going to have like an official side charger that a few other betas in AWCY are actually going to be using, which is awesome because now we kind of going to have like an AWCY side charger.
Dude, that's awesome.
So that's how that looks on that side.
And that's well, I'll go ahead and let you continue. I'll reserve my questions until the end.
You're good, man. Lower receiver, I forgot where I got the model from originally, but everything basically came from some standard ass CAD file online, like upper, lower, and buffer tube, and then it was just chopped to shit and redesigned. Just so all I needed was like internal measurements to start off with and give me the ballpark, get shit printed, fit check, adjust, and then I started designing around it and making it what you see now, which was nice with the AR platform because there's already a lot of support and resources out there for me to do that. So lower receivers, I guess, is your standard AR9 lower. I have never built an AR9. This is actually my first.
Hold on. This is your first assembly of an AR9?
Correct.
The one that you designed?
Yeah. I have AR-15s. I mean, they're the same shit, but I don't have like a AR-9 specific build.
Bro, I find that incredible. I've never fully assembled an AR-9 either, and you designed one, and your first assembly was your design. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing. Like, I didn't have any,
No, it's awesome. I find that incredible. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
And people in chat do as well. Dirt McGirt says, that is insanely cool.
Thank you, Dirt McGirt.
Hell yeah. It would work if you heat the threads and tap... Oh, the side conversation. Sorry. People are saying, zoom in on that P90.
Yeah. You're not going to see shit.
Yeah, no, even if you did see shit, you're just going to see a shell, like a Taco Bell shell. So, don't get too excited, y'all. Yeah, sorry. That's incredible that without even having any experience of like, I'd picture you having a wall of, AR9s and then saying, you know what, I could make this better and throwing it together.
No, just, I'm actually kind of new to the 3D printing CAD shit. I started in June last year.
Wow.
Yeah, before that, I was building like doing 80% with like fucking like 5D tactical jig,
Yeah.
and that jig was actually what got me into it. And I designed the principal router jig exactly like the modulus arms, 5D tactical, all that. And those files are also on AWCY's Odyssey, but it works. I build like 5 or 6 low receivers, Air 15 lowers, and it's exactly the same thing as my 5D jig. So there's no difference. Go print a jig. That one I think takes a decent amount of filament. I think it's like 2 rolls for a jig. Um,
Nice.
but I mean, if you're worried about buying it and being on a list, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Or if it's out of stock, like that's when I made it. Is when they were out of stock and they were backward like 16 weeks or something when this whole Biden and Trump administration was going on.
Oops, yeah, that's just the ability to be able to crank something out in the privacy of your own home for especially printing stuff like I've seen Rich, he literally repaired his automatic swimming pool cleaner using his 3D printer. And it's crazy. Or 3D printing stuff for your 3D printer. It's kind of like I've had some bladesmiths on here, and they literally blacksmith tools to be able to bladesmith. You know what I mean? I find that so cool.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, different world,
So I
different
can't give you
materials.
any input on that whatsoever.
No, you're good. It's just like that, the idea of creation, right? Like, people say all the time, like, you can't stop the signal. You can't stop the signal. Well, I mean, and you know, they could, right? It'd be challenging. They could try to stop the signal. I won't say they could, but the ability for us to design and create and seeing how far this world has come as a result of people like you and and a lot of other great people, obviously, every community out there, whether they get along or not, right, every community out there has contributed just crazy. I mean, this we are light years beyond where we were a few years ago, and I love seeing that, and I can't wait till the day that we're sitting in our garages printing printing out shit that's like steel and Inconel, you know. So
We're
one day,
already on the path. I mean, with those TIG welder printer
yeah,
things,
yeah,
we're already getting there, man. You know,
hell
as
yeah,
long as everything stays open sourced, then we'll be there a lot faster than we all expect.
yeah, for sure.
Which is why I'm a very big fan of people releasing step files with your releases. Don't worry about people stealing shit. You should take it as a compliment. If someone's taking your work and building off of that, like that's a compliment to the designer, saying, "Hey, your design was so good. Someone wanted to use that as a base and design something of their own off of."
Oh hell yeah, man.
Imagine if like I always give this example, like if Apple and Samsung work together, what we would have nowadays. But instead, they're like trying to monopolize the market,
Yeah,
and they're slowly releasing one little thing at a time. But if there was
holding
no one to
back.
compete, then we would be, like you said, light years ahead.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. Yeah. All right, sorry, where did we leave off?
So the lower, and then the one thing I did that was a little different, and some people like it, some people don't, is the trigger guard where the actual trigger sits. I made those walls kind of like rounded
Okay.
that kind of shadow the trigger. The goal for that was kind of to train the shooter how soon their trigger breaks on the sear. So as soon as that becomes flush is when your sear breaks. So you're not
Hmm.
having over travel on your trigger. So if you want to, train yourself on when you're gonna basically fire, uh, you just pull it flush every time. And once you shoot enough, you'll have the muscle memory to know when you get on a standard AR-15 platform, you'll know, hey, I only really got to pull to here, and then I can reset. I don't have to pull all the way back every time.
Wow, that's crazy. Dude, you
So
put a lot of foresight into this.
yeah, I tried to when I design, I really try to think of who's gonna have it in their hands. Like I try to have a fresh mind when I pick something up and see like, okay, you know, punch holes in my own shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it likely has a lot to do with, what you do in your, primary job, like professionally too. You have um, a lot of background with designing. What's up, Tech Money? And somebody asked, who was it? Steve. I am not on Rumble. Am not freaking staying. You aren't getting it. It won't add any strength. That might be a side conversation or comment on my Steel and Inconel printer conversation. Angry Sarge, brother, Angry Sarge, you missed. I literally started the stream by saying I don't usually drink out of a coffee mug at 10 o'clock at night, but when I do, I use an HCM holsters, but there was nothing in it at the time, and I already drank the fluids in it. So welcome, Angry Sarge and Frigastang and Come Out in PLA and all you baller ass people. Sorry, back to you, Invader.
No, I'm trying to figure out what they're talking about too. If you guys are asking questions or talking about the design, please be more clear. I might be able to answer some questions. Or if you see a hole in the design, let me know. If it's made it this far and there's a problem, I would like to know to try to fix it because there's more releases coming.
Yeah,
I don't want to keep building on a bad foundation.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think let's do this. If you guys have direct questions regarding the arc, then start your question with ARC, like
ARK.
I'm sorry, ARK.
It used to be ARC. We'll get to that too.
Yeah, I remember seeing the first one I saw was ARC.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to touch on Sport Brand said thoughts on monetizing files in ethical ways. So, I see both sides of free files and paid files. Paid files, you're putting in all this time to design something for people, and you want to receive some sort of compensation for your time. That's completely understandable, respectable. I'm right there with you, and I'll probably buy your file. There's some people out there that find that, and this is kind of what someone else was saying, where like older folks in the community in their older ways, where everything was just straight up open source, free, whatever, and they can't really see eye to eye on that situation of selling files. So I don't think that it's wrong to sell files. You know, you're spending all this time, but just know if you do sell files, you're gonna catch some, pressure from
flack.
Yeah, you're gonna catch some flack. But it's not. You're not doing anything wrong in my eyes. Like sell your files, whatever, or design a gun, make the files free, and then support the gun through convenience. Yeah. So like I sell hardware kits as a convenience, so people don't have to shop around and look for hardware. Support your design. You know, if there's something on it that people need to buy, say, hey, I have it here already. If you want to do it, and support me at the same time, and give them some merch, some stickers and shit, and they'll be happy.
Yeah, it's like the Space Invader PDW, right? You buy the hardware from Digital Nimbus, and make a little. That's the Space Invader, right?
The PDW, yeah.
Yeah, the PDW, because the Invader grip is just a magazine carrier, we'll call it. But yeah, the PDW, you get the hardware, you blah blah blah. So. I see both sides of it too, right? It's the same thing. There's going to constantly be that challenge of like the YouTube channel thing, right? Like, oh, you monetize, you don't monetize, or whatever. So I agree. I see both sides, and I think that in the world that we live in, even if some of us despise money, we have to also recognize the world that we live in that runs exclusively off of money in exchange for your time. So you just got to make a decision, and like Invader Zip said, if you do make the decision to monetize your files, I guess we'll say, then yeah, you're definitely going to catch some flack, but do your thing. You get a couple questions in here. Flying Rich said, Ark, did your barrel threads break off?
Yes, and why they broke off, we still don't know. There is something called the Ark curse. It is very real. We don't understand it, but we have had and still are having funky shit go on with people printing, building, whatever. Shit that does not make sense. Like, I have 3 printers here. All 3 of them got nozzle clogs at the exact same fucking time I had prints going on. And I've had these printers for almost a year now. And so they all had nozzle clogs mid-print at the same time. Other people were having, it's just weird shit, dude. Weird shit.
What?
People having layer shifts where like the entire upper is shifting almost entirely off the rest of the upper. And then the barrel nut thing is another one. So only like 5 people I think to this day I've seen have the barrel nut snap off.
Dang.
Sorry, the barrel threads snap off.
Yeah, I figured.
Barrel nut threads. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
No metal is snapping. No metal is snapping.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, when they snap, your gun will continue to function perfectly fine. You won't even know unless you take it apart. And mine snapped, and I put it back together, and I went back to the range and shot with it again, and it was fine. So as long as you just line it back up exactly where they snapped off, like, you're good. It'll be
It's
fine.
those rods.
It's the rods.
Yeah.
That's the key. The key is the rods.
Sport Brain said, I like capitalism because commies hate it. Dalton says, what barrel is in the ARC?
So it depends on what you want to build. So the ARC is an AR platform. So you get an AR platform barrel, your choice of caliber. So right now, what's released out there for you guys is 9, 10, 40, and 45. So you have 4 options and 9 handguard options. So I don't know, what's that? How many numbers it is? I don't want to do math.
Yeah.
You got numbers to choose between calibers and lengths of barrel and how you want your shit to look. And step files are out there, so I recommend getting the free version of Fusion, downloading the step files, putting it on the screen, and then just fucking with barrel lengths and handguard lengths and seeing what looks good, do your colors, whatever, and then hit send.
So all you guys out there with Tinkercad, you're gonna need. I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know. Tinkercad might be able to do it. I don't know. Some people swear by it.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. So you said 4 calibers, but you said 9, 40, 45. Oh, 9, 40, 45, 10 mil.
Yeah.
Okay. So in all 4 except Glock magazines.
Correct. So there's 2 different lowers. There's a 9 and 40 lower, and then a 10 and 45 lower, right? Yeah. 9, 40, 10, 45.
You could, in theory, also build a 357 SIG version of this as well.
Yeah, I'll have to do some research as to the design of that round. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure most pistol calibers could run as long as there's a AR style barrel out there for it. If they fit in a Glock mag, you have 2 lowers to choose from. You have an AR barrel to choose from. I don't see why it would. And then obviously the bulk carrier. What's going on with that? But.
Yeah. Word. And the upper, that thing looks nuts. So walk me through that.
So it's just like your standard AR upper, but backside has no cutout for the regular charging handle because charging handle's on the side charger game, however you do it, some shit like that.
The whole plastic gats thing.
Yeah, I don't know the hand. I gotta learn the hands. I gotta get a sticker.
The 2 right hands. Oh, dude.
It's 2 right hands,
and the dude is left-handed.
Yeah.
Bro. If you guys didn't see, this dude is left-handed, and he made this whole side charger gang thing, and he made merch. And in the merch, the side charger gang is like a right hand, and then another hand coming up to rack it like you would with the side charger, but it's 2 right hands, and the dude is left-handed. Oh my god, it's so crazy! It's the funniest thing.
And then that's the other thing is that side chargers, most people are right-handed, so they're kind of awkward to rack. So that's why I ran it on the left side, so you don't have that awkwardness of trying to come across an AK rack your shit.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's in my opinion, that's a nice touch. I ain't mad at that at all. Although I do like if I'm running a SCAR, obviously running an AK, I'm gonna do the under like in between the mag and the trigger guard. And even when I'm running a SCAR 17S, for some reason I run the charging handle on the other side as well. Probably so it doesn't chew up my hands and stuff. Although they did update, they have a new non-reciprocating charging handle.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I don't like reciprocating shit on the outside of the gun. I don't trust it
anything that can chop you the fuck up is probably a bad idea to
Yeah.
have going waka 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 on your gun.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Um,
Yeah.
so that's basically the upper, and the buffer tube inside dimensions are exactly the same as a standard mil spec AR-15 buffer tube. Just changed the look on the outside,
Okay.
and I didn't want to run a round one for two reasons. One is it would kind of stick out like a sore thumb on this gun, and the other reason is I'm not throwing shade. I love all the designs of the community, but the FGC9 videos I've seen of buffer tubes coming off led me to believe that that was not the best route to go.
Mm.
So I designed it with a little bit more meat to it to prevent that, and it worked out. So unfortunately, this doesn't take all your stocks and braces and whatever that's out there on the market. Uh, but there's some cool ones out here, and there's more coming out. Like someone modded the ACR, I think it is, yeah, the ACR brace or stock or whatever it is from
Nice.
AWCY to fit ARC. And they're working on it right now. So
That's dope because there was also a mod that you can take the ACR stock, and a bunch of stocks did this. You can take the original arm of the stock and remove the adjustable portion of the stock, insert an adapter, and add a tail hook on it. So I'm sure that you can, you know, if you mod that appropriately to accept an ACR stock, then you can print what's needed for. Um, um, you could print and insert and one of the 3D printed tailhook things.
yeah, it's easily doable. I obviously had a lot on my plate, which is why I didn't do all that. Um, so that's the
Yeah.
buffer tube, and then the grip, and this is a brace, which there's no ATF letter saying this is a brace. The intent was for it to be a brace. Treat it like a brace, and hopefully we're fine. Um,
Yeah, do brace things with it.
yes, do brace things with it exactly. So the idea of the grip brace combo was because it looked cool as shit, and structurally, it kind of gives you a third point of attachment for your buffer tube to your upper and your buffer tube to your lower.
Mm.
So it gives it a little bit more strength. It makes the gun feel really rigid. And it's kind of like a weird way to hold your gun, I guess, like another handle. Carry handle, it's just weird as fuck. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's cool, and the gun's extremely comfortable. I was really surprised. First time I printed it, I was just like, wow, this gun is fucking perfect.
dude, it's awesome. Like when I first saw it, literally my jaw dropped, and I was like, I need to meet the person that developed this. It's crazy.
And so it's literally beginner's luck. I swear, man. Like I'm gonna send you a picture if you can share it on your screen
Hmm.
um, of what the arc used to look like.
Do
And
it via email, just so because I don't have Instagram pulled up.
okay, I'll email it. But you guys, like, if you're wanting to get into designing, I really hope this picture gives you some inspiration on just get the fucking Fusion on your computer and just start designing and just keep playing around with it until you like it. Because that's what I did. And looking at this picture and looking at where we're at now, you guys aren't gonna believe it. It's just
Yeah.
insane how far this design has actually come.
Well, and I
Um,
would say, like, even though, like, I certainly wouldn't say that I'm a designer, but so I can't speak on that directly. But what I would say is, from the people that I've had the pleasure of meeting, getting to know, kind of watching them do their thing, and in other fields and areas, get comfortable with, I would say what most people would call failure, but what we should call lessons, right? Like, every, failed attempt is a lesson learned. So you're literally just learning your way to success. So, learn something, change it, print, evaluate. Learn something, change it, print, evaluate, and do that 250,000 times until you have exactly what you need.
And please, if you start doing this, save ridiculous amount of times. Just keep saving your fucking file because I made that mistake and lost a lot of progress one day.
Oh,
And so I learned my lesson, and I couldn't tell you it's over 1,000 versions of the arc. Like constantly stack, save. Every time I make a change, I would basically just save it, just in case my computer were to shut down or something.
Dude,
Because there's
this
nothing worse than that.
is gangster as hell. No, solid advice. That is super solid advice. I forgot to open this. Hold on. Dude, that's crazy. Hold on. It's Nerf or nothing.
Dude, it was so ugly. I'm ashamed of how I used to look.
Man,
It's so bad.
the story of, um, where it was, where it is, and where it's going is the beautiful thing here. Because who knows? In 6 months, we may be sitting here looking at totally, somebody with some Chairman One stippling on a arc,
Oh,
the whole
he
thing.
he he said he's gonna stipple.
Nice, man.
Yeah, he said he's gonna do it, so I can't wait. It's a
Hell
lot of
yeah.
it's a lot of frame.
So here we are.
Oh my god, so
Okay, so the one on top is the one you're going to release next year, right?
yeah. That was in the works.
That's awesome. So it looked like that took an actual printed AR lower,
Yeah,
the first one.
yeah. So that was like straight from a file I found online, and I just built off of it without doing basically anything to it. And originally, this was designed off of the TNW ASR, like the survival rifle.
Okay, yep.
And so I was doing everything basically off of theirs. And when I went to go like buy all the parts, their minimum shipping, you could buy a spring, and it was like $50 to ship and 8 weeks to actually get there. And I was like, fuck this.
Damn.
So me and Trophy Trout, he's someone at AWCY, he was like my right hand man from the beginning. He was like, yo, let's just do the AR platform. And I don't know why it never dawned on me, and I don't know why no one has really done it off the AR9 platform. And we have all these pistol calibers, and no one's done, not that I know of, a pistol caliber AR printed everything,
Yeah.
It's just like one of those things in your face and just gets overlooked, I guess.
So
it's like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, and that's what's most incredible. Like, I don't think everyone is fully and I'm not saying like y'all are smart as shit. Okay, a lot of you guys are way smarter than me. Um, People may not understand like the level of like how much of this shit is printed. So I'll ask it a little differently. What's not printed on this?
Okay, what's not printed? I'm gonna go from front to back.
All right.
So you can see it really well in the ARC ARC, the red one on the bottom.
Yep.
So the barrel sticking out the front. Those two circles above and below are binding barrels. They thread onto your threaded rods. So
Okay.
those are not printed. Threaded rods aren't printed. Your magazine spring is not printed.
The
Your
magazine what?
spring.
Okay.
Your trigger, hammer, safety, pins for those, springs for those, your takedown pins, your
Yep.
buffer spring and buffer weight, and then your grip screw. And I think that's all. Basically, hardware and the bolt. Oh, yeah, and the bolt. And, yeah, and your barrel nut. So basically, like if you were to strip an AR from its entire housings, bodies, whatever, and just leave like the guts,
Yep.
it's the guts. That's it.
Dang. So you're using I believe this is true, an AR-15 fire control group,
Yes.
AR-15 takedown pins,
Yes.
but the magazine release is a standard AR-9.
I don't know if it fits, but I'm using a printed one, and I have a printed one in the file pack. If
Oh,
a
nice.
standard one fits, phenomenal, but I wasn't using that.
Are you using a different material, or is that PLA plus as well?
PLA Plus, and the spring behind it is an AR-15 mag catch spring.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, nice. So this is like 85% printed.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, sure. 85. That sounds good.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Literally just made that shit up, but
It's all plastic.
yeah, a lot. It's a lot printed.
Everything that you're gonna touch while you're shooting it is printed.
Dude, that's crazy. This is And guys, the red pistol here is one of the variations for those of you, because I know some people are coming in and out, in and out. There are several different variations, different barrel length, and it takes AR-15 barrels, right?
Yeah, so obviously pistol caliber, but yeah,
Yeah,
AR-15.
pistol caliber. Yep. So pistol caliber AR-15 barrels, um, in AR bolt, right?
Correct. Obviously pistol caliber,
Yep.
caliber specific onto what you're building.
Is that modded or no?
So the only limiting factor, and I don't have another bolt. I can show a bolt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is an AR-15 bolt. Let me put it against the wall so you can see. So on the pistol caliber bolts, this gas key obviously isn't shaped like this. There's no cam pin, and this is just flat face. There's no bolt actually on it. So some of them are basically cut like right here, and I always try to use the extractor where it is on the AR
Yep.
nines and pistol caliber bolts. I kind of try to use the extractor as like your go or no go gauge. So wherever this gas key is cut, normally there's two versions. There's like a straight cut that's just like this, and then there's a sloped cut like that. Uh, the slope cut won't work for the way that the charging handle integrates with it. So you need to have a straight cut, which is just basically just like chop vertical, boom, right there. You need to have a straight cut gas key. And if you have an AR9 bolt carrier that you want to use, you don't buy a new one, you can just unstake and unbolt your existing gas key, print out the printable gas keys, which there's going to be another word, it's not a gas key, but whatever. Print out the
Close
printed
enough.
ones, yeah, close enough, and bolt that on there, and it works perfectly fine. The only time that gas key is getting used is when you're cycling, and um, it doesn't break. I mean, we tested it; it's fine. So you're safe to just print one out and bolt it on.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that you employed filament everywhere that you could, right? Like the magazine catch-up release, right? The yeah, this is just super innovative, and I don't know if this would impact us negatively or not, but the video, the stream that you did with Snow and oh my God,
Proto.
Proto. Thank you. I
Yeah.
was thinking pasta. I was like pasta, pasta, proto. The stream that you guys did, the beginning of that, the music and the footage is awesome, and I think it showcases the arc and the development very very well. I just think that we may get a copyright claim. Now, if we get a copyright claim from Snow, he'll just be like, "Oh, I'll just dismiss it. I just won't do it because it's dark." If And that's Mr. Snow builds or makes for all you guys out there, and that's one thing. He'll just be like whatever, and he won't push it through. If we get one from the people that made the music, that that may yeah, but you know what? Let's do it. Why not? A little bit of copyright infringement never hurt nobody. Wow, dude, you know what's crazy? So if you YouTube search Invader Zip Arc, the first video that shows up is the one that you did with Mr. Snow and Proto. What do you think the second one that shows up is?
Uh, Something with the Ark of the Covenant. I don't know.
No, the one that we are literally on
Oh no
live
shit.
right now. Yeah, that's too crazy. I'm just gonna run it. Let's do it when I'm going to run it back, and I think it'll be about a 3 minute intro, guys, but it will so be worth it. Trust me. Hang tight. Are you cool if I run through that real quick?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
After I want to try to hit some of these questions in the comments
No, no, don't do. They're not worth it. I'm just kidding. No, you guys are all incredible people. Chief and Keith, what's up, brother? Good to see you here. C&T Designs. I cannot wait to get that steel cut DLD blue chem light, man. I'm pumped over that shit. So thank you, GD Bacon. What's up, brother? Chrome Guru and Bacon. While I pull this up, just to answer your question, I say GD Bacon for brevity, not because I care what YouTube thinks about me. Fuck them and their goddamn mouths. I don't care. Okay, got it. All right, so I'm going to pull this up and we're going to watch a 3-minute video. Just go ahead and relax, take out your notebooks, and we'll get started, okay? Okay. All right, I will have to mute while I do it so we don't get a terrible echo. But Mr. Snow, love you, bud, and hopefully, you don't hate me after playing this. Thanks. Oh, come on. Come on, broski. Ah. Oh, close enough. All right. You guys can get our reaction faces too.
I grew up in a place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you
Bro.
That shit gets me every time, dude.
So sick, man. I think I just peed a little.
So actually, this video is relevant too if you want to look it up.
Okay, I'll keep it running. That Scorpion is sick. I don't know if you saw, the title of this is Are We Canceled Yet?
Is it?
Yeah, I titled it Are We Canceled Yet?
Oh yeah.
Well, good evening, one and all.
Should I keep it running?
Pleasure to see you all here. We're going to bring in our guest tonight. You saw
Mr. Snow,
all the
I
trailer.
won't pause you on that face that you made. We love you, man. You're the best. Yeah, that's some pretty intense shit, dude. Sitting there watching that, like seeing you assemble it. That was actual speed. That wasn't time lapsed, right? Man, that's crazy. I'm impressed. I'm seriously impressed.
Thanks. So that video was very underwhelming. I was spending so much time getting everything kind of buttoned up that I completely disregarded a release video. That video was put together the day before release, which is
Wow.
why it's kind of shit in comparison to like that proto barrel video. That thing is dope. The reason why I want to like have you keep that running is there is a carbon fiber proto barrel in the works for the multiple calibers for the ARC.
I heard that. I heard that. Tell me more about that.
So I'm actually going to be working with Proto on this because that's his baby. I don't really know anything about it, but I know NPR Tech started on it, and I think he has a successful 45 ACP Proto barrel.
Nice.
So it's kind of like on the back burner. It's there. It's happening. So if you're wondering about that, that does exist. It's just kind of not on my top priority list right now, and
Yeah.
you guys will understand why in a little bit. But yeah, so that's in the works.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, no, everything's good. It was about the shit we were talking about before with the gas block and everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, more important things, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. On priority scale, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So going back through some of the comments, questions. Hey, where my mods at, man? Get these little Russian hooker bots out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Love you guys. So how long does it take to print? Now, first you had said less than 2 spools of filament, right?
Yeah, less than 2 rolls of filament. Correct. So less than 2,000 grams or 2 kilograms, depending on what size rolls you buy. Because I know like nylon comes in like 500 gram rolls, so 2,000 grams or 2 kilograms maximum.
Yeah. And how long does it take to print?
So that's kind of a relative question.
Yeah.
It depends on your print settings, print speed. But on average, let's say everyone has the same shit. One printer, it'll take you about 5 days, I think. But obviously, I have more than one for this reason. Because we gotta kind of pump out shit to test. So, but just assume if you have one printer, it's 5 days. Every printer on top of that cuts it.
Nice. And I saw someone else. Let's see. So I know there were some other folks. What's up, Chrome? That were having a conversation about a 3D printed set me jig for like bending and welding. So at some point, the questions may look crazy. Like, it was a side conversation though. Just bought a GX4 yesterday, a pocket killer. Isn't that the Taurus GX4?
If you're asking me, I don't know.
I believe it is.
I'm not much of a gun guy, if you want to even say that.
Yeah, really?
I'm pretty green to it, man. I'm pretty green. I kind of just got into the shit.
So how you said about a year into print, or no, June you got into printing?
Into printing, and before that, it was like September. I started building AR-15s. That was my first gun ever. Actually, my first gun ever was an AR-10.
Man,
I did an 80, and then learned the whole bullshit about the DPMS and AR and whatever, and I had to do some mods to my upper to make shit work, and then
dude,
it was a whole thing.
So much.
Yeah, but I learned it, so now I got AR-10s down pat. But so it was like AR-10s, AR-15s, and then I started buying pistols, and now here we are.
Yeah, if there is any build challenge that will push you to the freaking limits, it is an AR-10.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So.
Key ASC says, "What's up, brother?" He says, "How did he get into printing?"
So I honestly didn't buy a printer for guns. I bought a printer because I want to quit my job. I hate being an employee. So I was like, oh, let me get a printer, and probably the same thought of all these like soccer moms out there, like, oh, let me get a printer and print some shit and try to start like an Etsy store and whatever, you know. And then I realized like FDM isn't the way to go for that. You got to get like an SLA printer for volume.
Yeah.
So I kind of like lost that drive, and then I started seeing videos of people popping up on Facebook like printing clock frames and shit. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I didn't even know about it. And
so you didn't even know about it?
No, I didn't know about 3D printing guns. And so then I saw the FGC9, and that was actually the first 3D printed gun I ever built. And I did the whole ECM barrel welded bolt carrier.
Wow.
I did the whole thing like as if I wasn't able to buy shit.
Dang.
And I fired it, and it fired fine. So, I mean, FGC9 works. I have it on the wall back there, but whatever.
No out of battery.
No, I mean, I didn't like go to town on it. I mean, I put maybe 50 rounds through it. I shot it for the first time when I did the ARC Alpha. So I had it finished for what, six months maybe.
Damn.
And then I finally was like, okay, I brought all my printed guns and I shot all of them the same day.
Did the story of Jay Stark impact you at all? Is that why you did it that way, or were you just trying to do it as like authentically as possible?
No, it was just authentic. I wanted the experience. I'm all about the experience. So like, I think it's like you were saying before, but like my background, and I love to, as like a mechanic, to have the designer's point of view in mind, and I wish they did the same, but they don't. Like, people design shit that's impossible to build or work on.
Yeah.
So I'd like to try to get the full experience. That's like what they were thinking about when they designed it the way they did. So that's why I did it that way.
Yeah, I think that's genius.
Because you learn a lot. But now I know how to ECM barrels. Like, I'm not gonna do that, but maybe down the road I might need to know how to do that if we get into some like, I don't know,
terrible fucking situation.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows, bro?
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, that's typically what we talk about on the channel. You know, that's and not only. I mean, so many people ask, like, you know, what's the channel about, right? And a lot of people would say, and I would like if you guys can, you know, surmise, whatever. If you guys can say in one word or one like sentence or small tiny little elevator pitch, like, what is Dark's channel about? I would love to see that in the comments. The only thing that I could think of, honestly, a lot of people say like, oh, it's a gun channel. Oh, it's you know, all I can say is like, you know, freedom and independence, because that's, we talk about everything from firearms to, you know, firearms, ammunition, explosives, building. We talk about growing shit, soil health, you know, homesteading, freaking, you know, water, shelter, like everything. And I've had crazy guests on here, but this is why, like, we get to actually like sit down and like dive in a little bit deeper on, you know, on this and the story about it. And Jay Duffy, it's like a movie. It's about family. That's some Vin Diesel shit right there, brother. I appreciate that. Joe Morris says community. Dessert. Okay, I appreciate that. DLD makes America great again. Great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, freedom and independence. Money, clothes, and hoes. Yep, you got it, man. The Olive Garden of YouTube. I mean, basically, but there ain't no free salad and breadstick. Well, I mean, I guess everything is free on this, so never mind. The Joe Rogan of the 2A community. Damn! Don't hype me up that much. Gassing me up. Unlimited breadsticks. Simply freedom. Yeah. Fast and Furious. Yeah. It's about family. Joe, self-improvement. Yeah. We do, you know, self-development. So we've discussed business on this shit, like all this. So, you know, printing kind of goes right in line with that, because we also discuss a lot of conspiracy shit. We discuss mandates. We drop ATF news, and, you know, when they're acting up and doing things that are wrong, immoral, and just, which is always, 80% channel. Damn. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm good for you. It's just a gun channel. Damn. Admit it, DLD After Dark. It's just a gun channel now. See, masses, you're looking at it the wrong way. If what we're looking at now is just a firearm, then I have not communicated this effectively, because what this is liberation. This is liberation of information that is open source. It can flow freely to all of you, to all the almost 3,000 subscribers on this channel, to all the people in our Discord, to all the people and then all over the world, right? So I mean, I'm thinking of like, if this wasn't, if the inception was here, but obviously, you created this, but no matter what, evil will always exist. And I always say that the only thing that can stop evil are good men skilled in violence. Now, good men skilled in violence is a piece of it. The other piece of it is, skills, abilities, tools, equipment. It all falls as a piece of it. And if you're ever stripped of your rights and abilities to purchase, possess firearms, imagine being able to create something like this, like that, comparatively. Some states have longer waiting periods than it would be to print this shit and build it. So this is liberation. This isn't a gun review. But
hell yeah, well put. Well put.
Well, lately. Yeah, I mean, you've changed, Dark. Oh man, this channel boosts the signal. Hell yeah! No, I appreciate you guys.
That phrase, I don't like that phrase. Like, you can't stop the signal. It's like looking at the glass half empty. Like, instead of worrying about them stopping the signal, we should be more concerned about spreading the signal.
Yeah, that's definitely there are two ways to look at things, right? Like people will put more energy and effort into protecting $1 from being taken from them than they would to earning $100.
That's true. That's true.
There's actually a college that did test evaluation, like a psychology shit on that. I don't know. I'm not that smart, but they found that that negative side of us exists at such a high level. Like, even the English language has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of negative words and hundreds of positive words. We're programmed to see things that way. So when you kind of go through reprogramming of, how do I look at it differently? Well, you can't stop the signal. Well, no, like, we boost the signal. We, encourage others. We contribute to, the more positive look on things. That's all. Yeah, now that my little rant is done, I'm a stupid Olite chill. And I fucking hate Olite. Well, I'm sorry. I have little to no experience with Olite, and I'm a Streamlight guy. I'm just a gun tuber. But thank you guys. Love you. Yeah, T for Tejas. Yep, like I said, boost the signal. You got it. I agree. Yeah, you nailed it. Do you kind of feel like the community is divided? Like, we could be stronger if we kind of band together, or you can also say no comment.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel like it's divided. I'm not on either side, and I'm also on both sides. I try to be as much of Switzerland as possible. Can I say that?
Yeah.
No, yeah, we definitely could be a lot stronger. Everyone's too worried about being better than each other, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not friendly competition.
There's a big difference in competing against someone versus competing with someone.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
And if there were two, like, I did it all the time professionally, in past life, we'll call it, where it can get nasty when you compete against people, and when you're competing with people, it's more of a friendly competition. But we do this shit to make each other better, to share information. What they want is the information to stop, for the hose to be crimped, And we've talked about this 100 times. Shilly the Kid, thank you, Jay Duffy. Kurt Schillinger. If they, by they, I mean, the CIA, TFBI, just the government in general, if they had their way, they would stop the flow of information. I do believe they're going to be going after influencers, after, people like CRS, obviously, is a good example, and other people. I don't want to name a few people that I think they would be targeting because, that's bad juju, bad luck, but also I don't want to give information to them for them to go target people either. But I'm thinking of a few people that are doing nothing illegal, but the way they interpret shit, falls in that same category as CRS, who was wrongfully arrested, in my opinion. Matt Hoover, we love you. The GoFundMe link is in a whole bunch of my videos. If you need the GoFundMe link or the Give, Send, Go, let's keep this man out. And what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, so what they want to do is they want to take somebody like CRS, a guy with a family, with a channel who, literally supports his entire family off this shit. And DLD, not all heroes wear capes. Thank you. And honestly, guys, it's not about me, right? It's about the information. That's what's most important. The information is what's key. It's what has to get out. And, that's why when I meet with people and we're building together, I encourage them to go teach others to build and pass the info on, because that's what they want. And if they knock people like CRS off, who didn't do anything illegal, in my opinion, who was wrongfully arrested, in my opinion, then they start scaring the shit out of other content creators that are getting that information out. People with reach, people with real reach, like millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people. They start digging into them when they get made an example of for something that's not even illegal, or something that they determine is illegal. And that's going to scare other content creators, and it's going to keep the information from flowing. And look, Marine Gun Builder, right? This is completely unrelated. He chose to take down his channel for whatever reason. We don't know. We may never know. But imagine how many people cannot find, if they could not just go on YouTube and find, how do I build an 80? It's crazy. So that's the world that they want to live in, where the information doesn't exist, where STL files are not available to the general public, where yeah.
Yes, I actually got censored on Facebook. This was before I got into 3D printing, when I was building my AR-10, and I had the struggles I had with it. I started a Facebook group. It was called AR-10 Builders Group, and I had about 20,000 people in this group on Facebook.
Wow.
Because there's no support for AR-10 whatsoever. So everyone's having the same problems, matching uppers and lowers and dialing in your gas system and whatever.
Yeah.
And I had all the information on that group, and I didn't back anything up for compatibility between all the companies, for what uppers fit what lowers, and just everything. And I got shut down.
Damn. The whole group, all 20,000?
All of it gone, bro. I put in like a request on Facebook, never heard anything back, didn't expect to. And I started another one up like as soon as possible to try to have people looking for it find it. I didn't recover not even 1%.
Damn.
So it's gone, but it just sucks that the information is gone. I wish I would have pulled it, because it's not online. It was all through, hey, I have this upper, oh, I had this one didn't fit, oh, I had this one and it fit this one, and it was just like me putting pieces together and basically making a huge cheat sheet on what fit what.
Damn, dude, that's crazy. We can't have dangerous information like that out there, helping people learn how to build things that were guaranteed to them by their creator when they were born. That's crazy. You think they can block STL files when pirating music to movies has been going on for decades? I don't know. I don't know what level they're able to take it. I know that right now They can listen to every single phone call, every single FaceTime. They can look at every single text message and email and digital communication. So do I think that, one day they may be able to make it more difficult? Yes. Do I think they could stop it? Nope. Because no matter what, I had Adam Grubb. Have you ever heard of Adam Grubb?
No.
So Adam Grubb is just a dude, right? He's a dude who lived in West Virginia. He may be in the comments right now. Something original. What's up, brother? Um, he decided to make a machine gun and just, make it. This was, I don't know, let's say 10 or so years ago, and maybe more. I can't recall exactly, but 10 or 15 years. And he got a Sten parts kit and then went to AutoZone and bought a fucking muffler. And the dude built a Sten machine gun out of a muffler. And it was just like remarkable. And because he was, at the time a young, stupid kid, he recorded everything on video. And he continued to build machine guns until he accumulated a total of 38 unregistered machine guns. Full auto AKs, full auto Uzis, Max, Techs, SKSs, ARs. I mean, everything. Like the guy was a master machinist, and he ended up getting arrested. And he got arrested because he got snitched on or whatever through some family stuff. But he said something that resonated with me so much, and this is somebody that like. He's not in the community. He's not hearing other people say this shit. He's not like, in the world of, can't stop the signal kind of thing. He's just a dude, right? By himself in West Virginia, building shit that he thought would be fun. And he said that in the beginning, he didn't even realize he was breaking the law, really. But he said they took all of my machine guns. They took, to him over $180,000 of guns and ammo and equipment. In the real world, it would have been over $1 million of machine guns if they were pre-86 registered. And he said, even though they took all of my machine guns, even though they took all of my legal guns, even though they've given me a felony and I can never legally purchase firearms again in the United States, they can never take what's in my mind. They can never take what's in my brain. They can never take my skills and abilities. And that is what all this shit is about. Even back to the first fucking video we posted. Well, not the first video, but like the first few videos. We're talking about skills and abilities. Like me, Light, and Dugan were on here. It was all about skills and abilities and homesteading and guns and explosives and that kind of shit. And it's the info, right? If they could clamp the hose of information, that's where we lose. So, yeah, we got to make sure that we, what I say at the end of every stream, we truly care about each other, we contribute to others, and we get information out and take that small extra step to say, okay, if I'm building something for myself or somebody, let me bring someone in, let me teach them some things and let them go teach others and pass it along. And like look at what Invader Zip has given to the community. Like this shit is a gift, man.
Hell yeah, bro. No, and hopefully the Web 3.0 fixes all this bullshit of moderation or whatever you want to call it.
You're gonna have to tell me. I don't know what that is. Is that bad?
So it's like are you knowledgeable about like cryptos a little bit?
So I'm not into crypto at all. So it would likely fall on deaf ears, but I am interested in learning.
So I'm not in no way like an expert on this shit to explain it, but basically how cryptocurrency is decentralized from our monetary markets, this Web 3.0 will also be decentralized from our whatever market you want to call that. So there won't be one person running the interwebs. Basically, it'll be like the dark webs, but not for necessarily. I'm sure illegal shit will happen on it, as does on the regular web. But it'll be decentralized, and moderation will be out the door because it'll be ran by us. We will all have our computers, our phones, whatever, will be our nodes to run the decentralized network.
Damn.
It's putting freedom basically back in people's hands and pockets and whatever.
Wow, that's pretty fucking interesting.
Yeah, so that's what we need, and it's just I feel like the people behind crypto are like pro 2A because everything benefits 2A.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of scares me a little bit because I'm, in looking at situations, I kind of evaluate things. I guess you could say in a pessimistic manner, right? Like I'll evaluate and then I'll say, okay, now what could fail, right? Like, even when you're building the arc, right? You're like, what could fail, what could go wrong, what needs to be changed, and looking at like cryptocurrency, we've already kind of gone to like a cashless society, right? Well, mostly, and our income are digits on a screen, and it's kind of terrifying to think that if we don't control things like that, then our money could be wiped like that, which obviously in this world we need to exist. And if people say stop accepting transactions for firearms, ammunition, parts, anything like that, which has happened in the past, it does scare me to think that we don't know who invented crypto. Like I know who invented like Tusk, which is a openly pro to a cryptocurrency, but I don't know. It almost looks like if I were looking at it in a negative light, and it could be very positive. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And of course, yeah, no electricity, no internet, no money. Um, And honestly, Martin, I don't necessarily believe that gold and silver will be of value because the things that like they won't hold any value in survivability, and they will still be precious metals always. But I think things like the skills and abilities, like we discussed, growing things, creating something that you could trade, like tangible, like the blacksmiths and bladesmiths that we've anything like that, firearms, ammunition, food, water, shelter, the ability to create these things is huge. If you can crank out a lootie, I mean that's yeah, bartering, yeah, that's you can crank out a lootie in a world without rule of law situation. I don't know. I'm bantering now, but I guess it what makes me a little nervous is that it also could be used as a tool to harm us potentially.
But I mean, I see what you're saying, but the U.S. dollar is not much, and not just the U.S. dollar, but all present day monetary systems are not much different. Because in reality, the only thing that gives the dollar value is us valuing it. So just like you're worried about them wiping numbers off your phone screen, there's nothing backing our dollar. They can wipe
Yeah,
that too at the same time. So
for
it's
sure.
just it's like someone was saying, like you were saying in the comments about gold and silver. I see that, but I also see how that's not valuable. So at this point, it's just learn a skill that brings something to the table.
Yeah, I think some skills like obviously gun building. I think a lot of us lean on equipment too heavily when we talk about like a world without rule of law situation. We're all like, oh, throw on the plate carrier and the AR, and it's time to go to work, and it likely won't be like that. It'll likely be in a world where people are trying to maintain society as much as possible, and we may still have electricity and Wi-Fi, and we may still have Starbucks, and like I've kind of you know jokingly said before, people will be stepping over corpses to go get their chai lattes, like so we don't know what the world is going to look like, but and I hope obviously none of the shit ever happens, but no matter what, retaining knowledge, information, skills, and ability will never do you wrong, ever. Whether it's picking locks or growing food or planting trees or freaking sewing or blacksmithing and bladesmithing or whatever your thing is, find your thing or your things and make that shit good. What's up, Serenity Guitars? What are some skills you would find valuable in a bad situation?
First things first, your necessities. Learn how to build a fire from scratch.
Yeah.
Learn how to convert salt water to fresh water. There's plenty of salt water on this earth, and you know, there the knowledge behind it. A lot of people don't understand how to desalinate salt water. So learning how to do that, not necessarily relying on something you bought online, like you're saying, equipment, but learning how to do it from scratch and do all this. Like, if you're gonna stay up, do it all after the live stream. Like, look all the shit up, put in your bookmarks, like make it a priority that you know this shit, because it could be tomorrow. We don't know, and it's just like they're slowly turning up the heat. We're not feeling the boil, so it's just gonna happen one day. So, and then hunting, but trying to find your food, and it doesn't necessarily need to be meat. Like, people nowadays, like vegans and whatever, live off of the earth basically without meat. So learning about, especially in your area, what's not like what's the word I'm trying to say, like what grows in your area. What's around you that's edible. What can you harvest? What can you live off of?
Heirloom stuff, like the local. There's actually, let me grab something real quick. I'll show you. It's exactly what you're talking about. Foraging.
Yeah, foraging. Here you go. Just in my point of view, obviously, I'm not a survival anything to anybody, but just trying to learn as much as you can while the information is still available online, while we still have internet, while we still have all this shit. I mean, it could be 80 years from now, it could be tomorrow. We don't know. So just learn it while you can. Learn as much as you think is valuable. And once you learn it, nobody take that from you.
Yeah, it's in my kit. I can't find it, but it is a deck of cards, and it's a deck of cards that the whole deck is hole punched. So you can put it on paracord, a necklace, or whatever, and it is a stack of at least 52, if not more, maybe a little thicker, safe foods to forage. And it gives the exact breakdown and how to with certainty identify plants and let you know what's safe to eat. And that's huge. And it's difficult to retain all that info. I mean, obviously you can as you get experience with it. That's one thing Light was great with. He was a guy who used to be on the show. He His horticultural knowledge and his agricultural knowledge was remarkable, and we all can't refute that. So that's something that's a great experience too. It really is about if it does happen, isn't it? Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the thing with like preparing, right? And most people, when they look at preparing, they think of prepping. When you think of prepping, you think of something that was like this, hidden exclusive club that, not much was discussed. And then it started with the whole doomsday prepper thing. People looked at preppers as these crazy dudes that would hoard all this stuff and, blah, blah, blah. And then it kind of became commercialized. And it got to the point where you could walk into a grocery store and there would be like a camping aisle that was all prepper shit. And you could walk into Walmart, which, a lot of you feel one way or another about Walmart, that's fine. But the reality is that you could walk into Walmart and buy prepping shit, freeze-dried food, and water purification stuff, and I know all y'all are guilty of going in that section too. I do, shit.
Yeah, I got a couple life straws,
Yeah, right. I got a couple hanging around here too, and I got that $13 hickory hatchet, which actually has been excellent. I just want to throw that out there. DLD After Dark, when was the last time you heard from Light? It's been a few months. After seeing that Nyx is holding on to 1 billion records, I'll stick with home builds. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, preparing is, it's like anything like insurance or, What will give you peace of mind that if the worst case scenario occurs, that you and your family are safe as possible, and then evaluate from there. We all know water, food, shelter, security. You get those 4 things down, the rest is just extra shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, this took a turn.
Yeah, not a bad turn. This was good. This was a good fork.
Yeah, no, I think it's good because it really does, and I hope people see the alignment of, what we're talking about with Invader Zip, and also what we're talking about here, because this is the knowledge and information. Like, look at the shit that this dude designed, created, which is now in front of him, that he's put 1,000 fucking rounds through. It gets crazy. Now that's just the equipment, right? There's other pieces to this. There's time and training and energy and ammo, and there's all this other shit. But we just can't forget that it's the human spirit that does this. We may lean on technology and other things, but it's still the human spirit that does this. And we can never, ever give up preparing for self-preservation, whatever that may be. You carry a gun, you carry it for self-preservation. You carry, you guys get what I'm saying.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's build an EMP bunker with no food stocked up. All right, that'd be fun. See which one of us gets eaten first. You can't use gold or silver to make tools. I guess you could make bullets. That's true. They're relatively soft metals. Yeah, I'm on so many lists, I'm not sure it matters anymore. I got a story about that. Uh, Gold bears in here sitting on a bunch of dehydrated mac and cheese. I got some gold bears. I got some Harborough gummy bears in my prep kits. Shooting Gallery New England, what's up, brother? Martin Kaminsky. Any rational man will take gold and silver in payment. I totally understand where you're coming from, and I don't want to harp on it. It just depends on what scenario that we're looking at. So I'm not going to bust your chops for gold and silver. I'm just saying from the standpoint of, if somebody is dying of thirst and starving to death, and you're like, bro, check out this Sacagawea coin, you know, it may. Now that's not really gold, but you know what I'm saying. Check out this Acre Gold 9mm bullet that I stole from Brandon Herrera when I schwacked him. Bad joke, sorry. I've been tweaking my printer to get it perfect before I start the arc. I have all the hardware. Hell yeah.
So the nice thing about the ARC is it can be made on a relatively shitty printer. And when I say that, I mean like
In Ender 3.
I only run Ender 3. I have V2s, but
Okay.
I mean your common issues like bad layer line adhesion, with your nozzle clogged or whatever, and I wouldn't say so much as to like out of calibration for like your XYZ. Like that's kind of important because bolt carrier and everything needs to fit. Mostly for your layer adhesion. That seems to be one of the biggest issues people have with printing. The way everything's designed with the hardware and the rods it's like I said, it's a big sandwich. So you're not going to have any delamination of layer lines. There's no room for it. Everything's being squeezed together constantly. So you're not going to have, it failed out at layer line. Well, it was an under extruded layer line. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. So some of like the typical issues that people have could present some issues, but structural integrity is kind of built into the design. Like it's not going to be catastrophic. Like it's kind of like the AK. It's the design that
it's just gonna run.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
So I to get back to the arc. Yeah. So we went over that whole picture, right? Everything in there.
Yeah.
So now the arc is done. It's released. Hopefully, some people that are watching have printed it. Hopefully, you guys like it. If you guys want to see something changed on it that you didn't like or you think could be better, please DM me, hit me up. I really am open and very responsive to this shit. So on Instagram and on Twitter, it's @InvaderZip_. I respond to everybody, every single person. So feel free to hit me up. But where it's going is Dark. I sent you an email. If you can pull up that picture.
Yeah.
And while you do that, Serenity, you said, how did your design come to be? What sparked the design? So like I was saying earlier, wanted to do a pistol caliber, and I wanted to do something that was like space looking, like Halo. So I started just doing some shit with weird ass shapes and angles and whatever it came to be. And the arc was originally ARC, and it was AR because it's an AR platform, and the C was Cortana for like Halo. And I started Googling Arc to see like if anything else was out there like that, and I ended up coming upon the Ark of the Covenant, which I didn't know anything about, super ignorant to it, and like a lot of that old history and religion and whatnot. But then I was like, oh fuck, this is really cool, and it had like the 2 rods on the side, and my gun already had the 2 rods, and I was like, yo, this is such a coincidence, like what, So I was like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna make it a K, so this is an ARK Arc. With the Ark of the Covenant, and that's why the release trailer is the way it is. But yeah, it was just a want for a Halo gun that didn't really exist. So.
Oh yeah.
And the Arc step file, yeah. So another reason to download Fusion, the step file literally has instructions in it. So it has all the iterations. DLD, I'll send you that picture too, so you pull it up.
Yep. Let me know when I'm ready. Whenever you are.
So the step file literally has all the instructions on what pieces go where hardware-wise, and if you zoom in closely on the step file, on the bodies in the step file, there's letters. And I don't know if your printers are calibrated enough to actually print these letters out, but there's embossed letters on every single spot on the gun for where hardware goes. And in this step file, it shows you like the letter A, and the hardware is above it, and it shows like the part number, the hardware, and everything. So you know exactly what goes where when you're building this together, if you have capability of viewing step files.
You want me to go ahead and open it?
That's the next thing, but I'm trying to find this one. And I'm sorry, I should have already sent you this earlier.
No, you're good. I just didn't want to not be showing.
No,
something.
You're good. I'm gonna send it right now. That's the next one. That one's gonna be. Sorry for the.
No, you're good. You're good. This is truly a casual show. It's all chill and has me thinking about the MRE concept. Add water, create heat. How that works, but pretty useful. Yeah, for sure. Now that's simplicity is the highest level of sophistication. Okay, so hold on.
It's the CAD file that doesn't have all the lowers. It's CAD file that has like all the hand guards and hardware bits and shit.
Got it. Okay, so let me see if I can.
It's probably like not the best quality.
No, it's all good. I just want to blow it up for these hoes. Let me see. You want me to go ahead and open it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if this works.
So this is the step file that Soap 1T and Cider was talking about.
Oops.
So that's all your hardware listed there with letters and quantities. The lettering on the top left is all color coded based off of the color of the CAD parts, so you know like what exactly each color is. Like the blue and the red lowers. The red is like the 940 lower, the blue is the 1045 lower, and the different uppers. So there's 2 different uppers. One is the Riptide Gibbs charging handle. The other one is a DIY handle. Hang on, so we go.
I don't think so, Masters. I may have been. I do that at times.
All right, the other is a DIY charging handle, which is literally a public restroom stall door latch, and
what?
That is your charging handle, and you just drill 1 hole in it, and you get.
Hold on, show that again.
All right, so it's just a public restroom stall door latch. You drill a hole in it, and you put a bolt, a nut, and a spring, and then a bolt on the other end of the spring. That spring is what basically keeps it retained forward, so it's not cycling around while you're shooting. That's the DIY option for the upper receivers. So there's two out there, which is in this picture, the green one is one closest to you that you're viewing. So if the other charging handles become unavailable because people can't put them out fast enough for volume, you can buy that stall door latch, which probably won't go out of stock.
Now, could you, just because like I'm the guy that likes like little bad guy guns, and what I mean by that is like the firearms that you typically see like the villain in the movie has. And is there a way similar to the red arc that you showed in that contrast picture of what you first created and then what you came up with? Could you set something up, because this does use a buffer and buffer retainer and
Yes.
buffer weight? Okay. Could you make like a
bufferless?
Well, so that wasn't going to be my question, but then that would have had to have been.
So that's also after the gas block one. I'm going to turn the gas block one into a bufferless one. So that's already in the works also. To give you guys a concept of what I'm thinking, and obviously there's a lot of math that has to go behind it that hasn't been there. AR-15 bolt carrier, I'm looking to chop this right here behind the firing pin and then reallocate this weight in front. So that's all I'm going to say for now about that. But the bufferless is a option. And employers are going to be missing. Yeah, I don't know which places have that exact shape stall door latch. So if you find out and it's a chain, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, right. It's,
like a Walmart. There we go, Walmart.
Yeah, national. Oh my god, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be phenomenal. So yeah, if you
or
guys do
support the creator and order the hardware.
Yeah, it's alright. I would be more satisfied if someone found out who had those.
Yeah, no,
honestly.
That would absolutely be very gratifying.
So yeah, you can see it on the bottom of that picture. There's like the stall door latch with the two little brackets and shit.
Oh yeah.
You don't need any of that. You slide it out and throw all that shit out.
Nice.
Or keep it like I do, and you'll end up finding a use for it later.
If you were like in 0702 SOT and you could make a machine gun, would you just put a traditional third hole in a sear and a M16 trigger pack in it, or would this be different if you wanted to make it a legal machine gun?
I would probably do it just because I'm not really a fan of reinventing the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to full auto fire, like that's got to be damn accurate.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just do a third hole situation on this, or like a lightning link or whatever, like a drop novelty or something like that.
Yeah, something AR specific.
Yeah, exactly.
But
and
for everybody out there, just really quickly, a little disclaimer: I would encourage all of you here. I'll get real close. I'll encourage all of you to follow your federal, local, state rules, laws, regulations, and sanctions, and make sure that you guys do all the right things. We would never encourage anybody to do anything illegal, and if you do something illegal, that is your decision because you're fucking stupid, and don't do anything stupid because doing stupid stuff is stupid. And I don't give advice ever. So it's not my job to give advice. So if you accept the words that I'm saying as advice, that's also your responsibility, which is also stupid because you're listening to a guy that yells at a computer 3 times a week on YouTube and taking action on his words, so I'm saying legal machine gun. If there was a way for an individual to legally make this a machine gun, I would, by no stretch of the imagination, ever say that anyone should make an illegal machine gun. That's stupid. Don't do it.
And to add on, because you basically said exactly what I thought when I designed this design will not accept the suppressors inside the handguard for this reason. So if you're running a suppressor, it'll be obvious that you're running a suppressor. I don't think you need hiding shit inside the handguard. Another thing I did was I made that lower receiver not accept swift links, lightning links, drop auto sears, all that shit. You'd have to modify the CAD file and design it in a way so that it can accept it. So you cannot make this gun full auto as is.
Gotcha.
So that was intentional because I don't want people doing dumb shit and then I see an arc somewhere like, oh, this guy got arrested for doing this, whatever.
Bro, I mean, I don't know if you saw the show. Me, Chairman Juan, P.D. Ralph, Mr. Snow, a bunch of people were on the show, and Chairman Juan finally found a picture of his first Chairman Juan Glock on an evidence table.
I saw it, and that's gotta be like such a bad feeling. I don't know. I wouldn't want to see that.
You know, he took it well. He was laughing his ass off. Yeah, I think you know, sometimes you laugh so you don't cry.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know, Chairman Juan is also a very unique individual. So I don't know, but you know, I worked in the firearms industry for some years, and I live by your words, Dark. Please don't. You'll be terribly disappointed. Trust me. I sold a firearm to a guy that seemed totally normal, and he ended up shooting himself 3 times. 3 times. It was just a botched suicide. I actually don't know if he lived or died, but yeah, I mean that's a yucky feeling. So you know, we have to keep in mind that like what we're dealing with here is something that you know and I say we, I mean people that are in this world. I don't really like to call it the firearms community because that would, you know, suppose that there's a group of people that are, you know, not participating in those rights, which surely that could never be the case. You know, I think that we're supposing that people that, you know, who would venture into these things are, you know, good people that are going to be following the laws and rules that most people do, but there's also going to be dirtbags and shitheads, and they will do bad things, and evil exists. And at the same time, I prefer it that way because freedom is dangerous. So, yeah. Serenity guitars. You can't control people, Doc. I know. But all that I need, and I've seen this. What's up, Bob? I didn't say what's up to you. John Rice, what's up? Good to see you, Truth Seeker. The problem is that now I have seen a pre-trial hearing, 2 pre-trial hearings, with a dude that I know, one of my friends, that was fighting to get released on bond because he advertised a drawing on a piece of metal, and it's possible for people to do illegal things with it. And that's just so crazy to me. So now they're going back to his videos and they're looking at every single word that he said, and every time he said anything, and anything that I say could be taken out of context and be misconstrued as me, you know, making like a call to action to do something bad, which I would never, ever do. So that's all. That's why I'm, you know, harping on that a little bit more.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I know, boring, Dark. He has to talk about not doing illegal stuff and all.
Yeah, you never know, man.
Yeah, man. But
so
the
other picture I sent you.
Yep. You ready? I can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You guys have no idea what you're about to see. Feast your eyes on this. Oh, whoops.
That's the one. You're good.
Yeah. Oh, heyo.
All right, so this is the Arc DLC. So you know, I kind of followed like the Halo theme, so I followed like the DLC. You know, if you guys don't know, when you download a video game, there's DLC packs you like pay or they're free, and you download like expansion packs to your video game. So that's what DLC means. Basically, now it will accept all those magazines listed below in the shape of a phallus object. So yeah, they've all been dry tested, and now I have a public beta that is now not public anymore because we've already got enough contestants to cover all the mags. But I've got how many betas? I think it's 10. I've got 10 people in this beta now. Everyone's assigned to a lower, and everyone's basically building, printing, reporting back findings, and hopefully we're going to release this by the end of the month or early next month.
Dope. Dude, that's awesome. So we're talking Scorpion mags, Swomy drums. Oh, they're written here. Okay, I'm like looking at the curvature, like
yeah, they're all there.
Scorpion Evo, Glock, PPS 43, the Vityaz, Swomy, Sten, Colt, MP5, the Macon. What's the Macon?
They have their own. It's literally in order, like left to right. So it's like this is another stick mag.
Oh, got you. So it's kind of like the Colt 9mm SMG magazines, kind of.
Yeah.
And then the M3 grease gun, dude. That is.
So it's
sick.
Literally like whatever you have. I personally hate Glock mags. I hate them. I hate plastic mags, and
Glocks are just terrible.
I don't own a Glock.
I hate everything about Glocks.
I've never built a Glock. They just never interested me, and I don't like the mags. I mean, unless you get like OEM mags that are like steel or metal. I don't even know steel, but metal lined inside. Even then, I don't like them. So,
I'm totally joking, by the way. I am an absolute Glock snob and Glock fanatic, and I'm sorry. I literally have like hundreds, but I mean, I do see the value in them, guys. When I started this stream with Invader Zip, and we had said the modularity, like look at that fucking lineup, dude. Now, one question I would have is that I know that there is a difference, right, when you are dealing with so let's say like a Glock magazine, right? It's double stack with a single round feed, and then you have some magazines that are double stack with double feed, yeah. So do these DLC packs accommodate that?
Yeah, zoom in on, just pick a random lower. Pick
them. Pick any lower.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say, is that MP5?
It might not be in order. Now that I'm looking at it, Glock should have been first, so it might not be.
I want to do the Scorpion. Oh, how do I move you? Oh, dang it, Bobby.
Try like maybe the wheel.
The wheel. Oh, come on. Sorry.
Anyways, ahead of the mag, just in front of it, there's a feed ramp.
Oh, okay. So oh, word. I see what you're saying.
So those feed ramps account for your double stack, single stack, whatever stack.
And that's printed as well?
Printed feed ramps. Now, if it was printed in SLA, that would be the best. That's like the only thing I really see right now SLA having a place for in 3D print guns. Because SLA is just so damn smooth. That's like the resin printers.
Is that the silk? Or what people call silk? Or is that something?
No. SLA is the printers that print with like the liquid resin.
Oh,
where they use like the UV light and print.
Yeah. Okay.
That is great for feed ramps because it's so smooth.
And it won't like beat it up.
No, I mean it's just like your FDM prints. After a while, I'm sure you're gonna need to replace it, but
yeah,
it works and it's been tested in the past and it has worked. So, but these are fine with FDM. Like they work great on your standard 93 or whatever. But yeah, so every lower comes with a printed feed ramp and a printed ejector.
Damn, that's dope, dude. That is. I mean, just looking at the amount of shit you would have to line up for every single one of them, that's crazy. And the amount of T&E for every single one is nuts. I admire how far you were taking this project, man. This right here is going to make not only like you as the developer, but this is going to make the ARC like last forever. It will outlive all of us, most likely.
I hope so, man. So I want to really thank, and he's probably not watching this channel, but if there's someone named At Thy Right Hand, he happened to be doing something similar at the same time I was trying to do this, and our projects kind of aligned. So he had a lot of these mags, and basically like a bare bones magwell designed.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to like drop it in and make it form around the arc.
Okay.
And so he helped like a tremendous amount of time, and that's how I can have such a quick turnaround on this. Without that, like I would still be fucking around with magwells.
I think this one is for you. Sister19 LOL.online. Guys, do me a favor, don't click on that. And mods, ban that call. Dude, yeah, that's nuts. I think that I mean I could see something like this in like full like development. The problem is that you know, in that case there would end up being one addition, which is serial number.
Yeah, definitely.
Was that you? Just
Yeah. So that's also going to be included in this
ooh.
DLC expansion pack. Is a Glock skin. A lot of people are going to just stick with the standard Glock, just because it's so popular. So I made one arc that's Glock specific. Have this skin, which DLD is going to put inside.
Dope. Hold on.
So it's slightly different. It's going to be slightly different from that picture because there's been more tweaks done to it.
Okay.
But that's basically more or less the idea. Give you guys some of the ins.
Oh, my bad. I forgot to open it. Downloaded it, but didn't open it.
In the meantime, Serenity is the lower easy to drop. You have to pull your threaded rods. It's going to take you like 2 minutes and 27 seconds. You're fine.
Damn.
It'll be longer than AR-15. But,
did you time it?
No, just
Oh, and I actually have a good tip for you guys before we close out today. I'm going to do a short video on this later, just because it's been a really helpful tip for me in achieving a sub 2 second draw through COVID. But we'll hit on that too. Just remind me about the timer and stuff. Okay, so you want me to zoom in here?
Yeah, so the top one is Glock. The bottom one was just a fit. I don't even remember what mag that was, but then I realized I was going to have to do this for 10 iterations and decided against that idea.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole lot of waste for something just to look cool. I'd rather design more guns. So it's just going to be for the Glock getting released.
I mean,
Basically,
looking cool is very important, though.
Yeah, it is. It takes a lot of time. So
yeah.
The stock is new. I didn't do a brace. I'm probably not going to do a brace because it's chunky. It's pretty thick. If you don't know, I wasn't aware either. I guess the arc resembles a gun from a game called Apex Legends. Yeah, and arc can be safe, absolutely. I guess the arc resembles a gun from a game called Apex Legends. The gun is called the R301.
Really?
So someone requested me to design the arc to look like that because I guess that's this person's favorite gun in the game. Like, oh, what is this? Look it up. Badass looking gun. So all right, yeah, I can see what I can do, and that's basically what it looks like, and all the lines pretty much reflect almost identical to the R301. And
so this comes off the printer like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So it uses everything's the same. It's literally just a skin. So you have to like reprint your buffer tube to look like that. Your upper with the lines, the lower magwell changed, and the trigger guard changed in shape just to look like that. But the handguard base and the length designators are the same, unless you want the handguard base with like the triangles on it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the handguard end cap is compatible. Everything's reverse compatible.
Dude, that's...
So if you just want that handguard end cap and like that buffer tube in stock, you can print those and drop them onto your arc that you already have printed, and everything fits.
And that stock is completely printed as well, excluding some hardware.
Yeah, right? It's completely printed. I'm looking at adding some like spacers on the back to adjust like, the length pull because it's not an adjustable stock. But now with this whole point system, I don't know if someone can like make that cross compatible with brace. It just gets to like legal shit. So I don't know if I want to do that. And that end cap will also not fit a suppressor, so I'm not going to change that.
You said it will not?
Correct.
Gotcha. And Let me just look here.
And I need to figure out print settings for that stock, because if you print it at 100% infill, it is fucking big. It is like
two, like
I don't even know how many rolls, bro. It was my
like big Tungus stock.
Bad, yeah. So we're gonna see if that can be printed with less infill and survive. I'm sure it will, because the structure of the gun with the rods is not really adding to it with the stock. It's kind of just to rest on. So yeah, but you can just print out what you want. Like, everything is cross compatible.
That's awesome, man. That's an incredible feature. I'm gonna let you go through for a second and answer some comments, because I couldn't find my juice for my e-cig, but I found it. But I think hold on. There you go.
The end of the stock. The end of the stock with a TPU would probably be smart. I've never printed TPU, so I mean, all the files are out there. If you want to design something, print on a TPU, and let me know how it goes. Like, I'm all for it. I don't have time to. I feel like that's a bad way to say it. It's not that I don't have time. I'm just using my time in a different way to try to, like, print a TPU butt pad for a stock. Like, I would rather just design another gun and let other people find ways to make these designs better. You know, all the small details and things like that.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. That's you've prioritized your time differently. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and so that's all the DLC expansion pack that's coming out soon.
What when you say soon, what are you thinking?
I'm shooting for the end of this month. It honestly depends on beta testers and getting round counts and everything.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then if not end of this month, I don't see why it wouldn't be March.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's the DLC.
And here's a question I would have, Mr. Invader Zip. After the Arc, what's next?
So I'm kind of sticking with the Arc, but it's going to be the Arc 2.0.
Okay.
So the Arc 2.0, and this is quite a reach, is planned to be rifle calibers.
Dun dun dun.
And it's going to be same design, same platform. It's going to be slightly different. No Kima.
Kima. That's the thing here.
Yeah,
PSR.
Yeah. So rifle calibers, printed uppers, which do not get along, and I think I found a way to make them get along. So I'm going to continue to follow that rabbit hole until they get along. And
dude,
then we will change the game. The main reason I wanted to do this is seeing all these different developers doing this crazy work on low receivers and trying to make them stronger, better, whatever. The real problem isn't making the lower stronger. The problem is making the upper printable. We have to make the lower stronger because it needs to still make the upper in the shape with that buffer tower. If we can eliminate that upper and design it the way we see fit, we can redesign the lower to be any way we want without a buffer tower, like the Arc. Arc has no buffer tower. We just bolt it together straight up with the upper. And I got that idea from the TNW ASR. That's how they have their design. So with that in mind, we're kind of putting all our effort into the wrong avenue. We're trying to make something work. In reality, we should reinvent what's not working.
Damn, true that. That is an excellent way to look at it.
So that was my thought, and why we need to make printed uppers work for rifle calibers. And hopefully, this is what we were talking about with the gas block and whatnot. Yeah, basically, I'm trying to just make a printed upper work with rifle calibers on an AR platform.
Do you want to dive into that discussion at all, or you want to just save that for another? Yeah, we could save that for another.
I'm a little. I'll give you guys one little snippet to just let it simmer. This is a straight gas tube, standard AR-15 straight gas tube. There's no bend in it whatsoever. So I'll let you guys sit on that. Not literally, because that would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, don't actually sit
don't actually sit on a gas tube.
More non-advice.
Yes. Do not listen. That's the hint. So if you guys want to hit me up and give me your ideas on what you think is going on, I may
So-
or may not tell you.
Yeah, and I will say that us not having any conversation prior, like I didn't know that you were even going on Ralph's show because we had to reschedule. So I was like, oh my God, like you're on Ralph's show. You answered my DM like that, not even knowing who the hell I was, and being like, yeah, did you check out the channel at all first and be like, this guy's crazy, but I'll still do it.
No. No, man. I'm really open. I'm not like I don't even know what the word would be like snobby or stuck up or anything. Like I'm open to anybody that hits me up and just wants to talk or has a request or anything.
Oh yeah.
I'm very responsive.
Yeah, everybody, make sure that you go follow Invader Zip on Instagram, and you don't have a YouTube channel, do you?
I have one. I don't use it. I mean, I posted like the art release or the teaser. Have you seen the teaser where it's like the CAD video of like it all assembling?
Oh yeah, of it
going
kind of
into-
coming together, and
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to play, and I guess I thought I remembered correctly, but I was wrong. I thought that was in the Mr. Snow video, but
No, that one kind of got like brushed over. I'm not sure why.
I still thought that that was a great video.
I don't. Okay, so if you just search on YouTube Arc Invader Zip, it's the sixth video. It's like the all white background. The
Okay.
article you'll post it in, but I don't know. It's like a minute and a half. I don't know if you want
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
to make them endure that.
Oh man, they're gonna freaking love it. Of course, P.A.D. Ralph
So
is the
this-
second one.
This video I put maybe like 5 hours into, but I actually was able to make this. This is the first time I actually tried to make a video, so I was pretty happy with the outcome.
Oh, sorry, I'm not able to find it. You said, okay.
Do you want me to send you the link?
Yeah, you can. I'll probably find it by.
Yeah, probably. Or you can try to look up like Are We Quiet's channel.
Oh, Arc release trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, was that? Hold on. Let me look through it. Oh no, that's the one that we already watched.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the link real quick.
Yeah, do that. Thank you.
I want people to hate us. Gibbs Cat Lab is badass and organized. No, it's only badass and organized.
Oh,
in the
of course.
frame that you can see wherever that is. Like this whole area over there is where all the shit got moved to out of the camera, so it looks nice and clean. You have an OnlyFans, yeah, only feet pics, bro.
Dude, careful. We have someone in here that is very passionate about
I
feet.
am completely joking. I do not have an OnlyFans.
All right, so guys, we'll take bets. How long until Thirsty Colt chimes in and says, "What's your OnlyFans?" All right, sorry, I'm sharing this right now. Right.
Oh, also come out and play. He's beta testing one of the lowers that was not in that picture. It is for the CMMG 22.
Nice.
And can you guess the name? What the name of that one is going to be? All these guns are going to have their own names.
So I would guess that it is something like a small animal of sorts that has.
It is a small animal of sorts, yes.
Okay, and I'm going to guess that it's not a banshee. I'm going to guess that it's not a honey badger. I'm going to guess that it's not a trash panda. I'm going to say it is an armadillo. I'm just kidding.
No.
I have no idea.
So it is going to be called the Baby Ark.
The baby ark?
Like instead of Baby Shark, Baby Ark.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So it's going to be fun to make a video for that one.
Baby ark.
And then the do will be pews. Someone shooting or something. I don't know.
Nice.
Something interesting.
All right. I'm going to go ahead. Can we all see this? Okay. Yeah. I'm going to take the comment out. Sorry, guys. I'm just so sorry over here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play it, y'all. Bingo, bungo. Oh, hold on.
The fate of the lost Ark of the Covenant is perhaps the greatest mystery of all time. The gold box built to carry the Holy Ten Commandments at Mount Sinai, the powerful vessel God used to level mountains, lay waste to entire cities, and destroy armies. The holy relic with unspeakable power suddenly, mysteriously, disappears from recorded history. For hundreds of years, explorers and archaeologists have given their lives to find the Ark, and nations, kings, and rulers of all sought to possess it for themselves. Some believe that if it could be found, they could possess its great power, and others believe that if it was discovered, it would set in motion a chain of prophetic events that would bring about the end of the world. Journey with us on an expedition that unearths startling new information on the exact location.
Dude, it's sick.
So I was a little disappointed in the quality of the volume of the music because I had to.
Great about me, it's when
I had to chop and screw. I had to chop and screw a few files, audio files. I found like an Ark of the Covenant documentary. I had to like pull the background music from, and then I had to strip like the audio from Halo theme song, and like merge the two and overlay them, and do it with video and shit. So it came out decent. I'm sure if someone knew what they were doing, it'd be a lot better. But
DLD is hating this too small hat. What? Yeah, right. Tomb Raider.
yeah, so Tomb Raider, that's basically the baseline of the video game. Why is it Tomb Raider? No, it's not Tomb Raider. I should know this because it's the video game. The fuck is the movie with the Ark? Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark. There you go.
Oh yeah.
So in one of the parts of the video game, you're basically in that exact warehouse where all like the Ark is kept in all the crates and shit. So it's kind of cool.
Damn. Yeah, I never played the video game, but obviously all the movies I know. But dude, that's badass. The first thing I was thinking of is, how could it be made without a buffer? Which obviously you guys are already on that. Are you already on that? And the people you're doing it with. And then my thought was without a buffer, and then how small I could make it. Because like a small little like side folder would be so sick. But dude, I am blown away at the amount of just the development here is crazy. Like this is nuts. And guys, for under $200, you can get an Ender 3 and print this motherfucker like within 5 days.
Yeah, and the cost. I mean, when I bought my parts for 9mm, it cost like $250 shipped, everything all together, hardware, filament cost, electricity cost. It was $250 to make this gun.
Damn.
So I don't know, like price wise, how it is for like 10, 40, 45. I'm sure it's a little more expensive, but I spent $250 all said and done to print that gun back there.
Bro, that's nuts. And if you look at like, okay, how could I? It's a badass looking gun. Like it is straight up like, Halo. It's beautiful. Like when you get a clean print, like what you showed me, dude, that thing is crazy looking. I would dare anybody to look at something similar, from a shop that you could get for anywhere remotely close to that price range. It doesn't exist. This is where, the developments that have come into this world are just, it's a no-brainer. So You have convinced me, sir. I am definitely going to get printing, and I will print an ARC. It likely won't be my first print. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a big print. It's big.
Yeah, yeah. Which honestly kind of excites me, and like even when I get into stuff that like is just a little too far over my head, I'm like, you know, I'll call Ralph. All right, buddy, I need your help. you know, um,
But
my
I'm always willing to answer any questions if you guys need help. Anybody. I've done it a shit ton of times, and I'm going to do it a shit ton more. If anything's not clear in the release documents, um, like printing your slicer settings, whatever, all the orientations are there. But if you guys have any questions, like I'm always willing to answer to help you guys out.
Oh yeah. So how can they get a hold of you?
So Instagram and Twitter at invaderzip_. Um, if you go to like my website invaderzip.com, you go to the store there. You can contact me that way if you really want to.
And you can play the game.
And you can play the game. You can get like $5 or 5% off, whichever one you prefer.
Nice.
If you guys want to get a hardware kit, and it's not required to buy a hardware kit, you can source it by yourself. But if you want convenience and you want to support me, then it is much appreciated. Also, to give back, ejectors are free. If you want a metal ejector, you just pay shipping. The total comes out to $3.24, and you will get a Invader Zip sticker, which looks like
Nice.
this.
Oh, dude, that's so sick.
And he is holding the ARC.
That is so sick. I need that little guy.
Yeah, and I just got some new ones, which I haven't even unpackaged yet.
Ooh, that's dope.
So
Are you using Ralph's connection?
No, I found somebody on Etsy actually. I mean, I don't know if he is
Oh, really?
the same person, but
Yeah, that looks really similar to the some of the Glock stickers that he has.
oh hell yeah,
That's sick, man. Dude, I gotta say, man, this was I know it was 2.5 hours, but we dove into the build pretty deeply, and then we dove into a bunch of other stuff deeply too. So I appreciate your time. Any last questions? Get them all in real quick. We're gonna go ahead and cut it here in a sec. Do you have any questions or comments or anything you want to throw out there for me, the community, anything at all?
just try to stay clear of the drama. Like, remember what you're here for. We're here to build guns, and if you want to boost the signal, whatever. We're here to print guns. We're here to build guns. We're here to design them. We're here to have fun, and just keep that at the forefront of your mind, and don't get caught up in the Twitter drama and the gun group beef and whatever. Like, I don't fuck with any of that. Don't hit me up with that shit. Like, I'm not with that. I'm here to do one thing and one thing only. So, if you're not contributing, then just stay out, in my opinion.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. We at the end of every single stream, we have a little conversation, and we see each other out, and you'll hear that and be a part of that, and has a lot to do with contribution and things like that. Before we go, now they know where they can find you. They know how to get in touch with you. You can throw out another channel that you want to pump, like somebody that you know or care about that you want to give some exposure to the folks in here, and also maybe some dad advice of something.
Yeah. So I would like to pump out AWCY. If you guys don't know them, just Google AWCY, and everything that you need to know will come up. That's where I do all my releases. They have been like a family since I joined, and it's just a group of great people. Not saying that other groups are not, but just my personal experience from the group I've been in. I highly recommend jumping in, getting in the lobby, trying to talk a little bit. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you'll teach somebody something. But yeah, AWCY, check it out. Hop on Element or Matrix, whatever the app is called, and get in the lobby and get going. And dad advice. I'm a new dad. My daughter is 1.5 years, and I have another daughter on the way.
Damn, you're
yeah,
pumping them out. You're
I'm done, dude.
In the arc.
Yeah, 2 and done, man. I just want to get them out now.
Yeah, I was 1 and done. I got mine's my daughter. She just turned 5.
Oh shit! So you get some news on it.
Yeah, but you know what though? It was, I swear to God, yesterday that she was a year old, and like it's crazy, man. And people say it all the time. I heard, I probably said something I shouldn't, but I was dropping off my daughter at daycare, and I walked out, and I was just like, "Wow, your daughter's getting so big," to somebody that I know, and she was like, "Oh, I know. Where does the time go?" And I was just kind of in a little bit of not a great mood, and I was like, "Well, it goes to consumerism and wasting time because we're not." And I went into like this whole thing, like we don't spend the time to focus on those little tiny miracles that are in front of us every single day. Like, I'll give an example, right? I was building the Mup One, and I promise I'll give this right back to you after. I just want to get this little piece of info out. The little miracles that are in front of us every single day. The whole stop and smell the roses bit. It's not bullshit. It's so when I was building the Mup One, the Sig 320, I sliced my finger the flock open on the sharp, jagged rails that I had just cut, and it was about an inch and a half long and about probably just under a quarter of an inch deep, and my body is healing itself and regenerating, and like it's like we're like Terminator 2, like the liquid guy. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a fucking miracle. Like I opened myself up, dripped blood all over the jig. Shout out to JST Supply. Use my affiliate link and code DARK to save money and get free shipping. But dude, like my body is rehealing itself by itself, and it is just so focus on the little things that are the miracles that are given to us by our Creator, and you'll be able to enjoy those small things that most people typically walk right past without smelling the roses. So, in your case, enjoy that time, man. Milk every single moment and all the time that you can, because that's an incredible age.
Yeah, no, the time is definitely going fast, and it's hard to try to balance her and my job and this hobby that I want to put all my time into.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, it's definitely hard to have that balance. But I don't really have advice. I'm more open to taking advice. So if you guys want to DM me some advice, you guys have my socials. Send me some advice.
I think not necessarily like dad advice like as being a father, but it applies in like every kind of sense of the you know I guess in everything that we do and don't do. um, Patience and reserving an emotional response until you kind of, what's up, safety doc, until you kind of have fully evaluated the situation. Usually people don't have patience and they flip out, and just have patience and just be as pragmatic as possible. It seems like you're kind of already that type of person anyway.
I try to be. Yeah, I try to be.
Yeah. So, dude, Invader's it, man. You're freaking awesome. You've created something that will likely outlive both of us, and you should be really proud of it. And someone asked, how does the PLA Plus do with like oil and grease and shit like that?
Bro, honestly, whoever asked that, I ran my arc dry from the beginning, just to have like worst conditions, steel case ammo, like shit, and it ran fine. So if you lube it, I can't imagine it being any worse than I had. Obviously, moderation. Too much lube isn't good, but it'll run without. So if you don't have any gun lube, you're probably gonna be fine.
So I'm gonna print an arc in the water soluble PLA.
Hell yeah!
And then when I'm done, I'm just gonna fucking throw that shit in the river.
Full send.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. That would make me cry. Martin Kaminsky, this is great advice. My advice is have third-party testing on your builds. Now, if you built it, you should be able to confidently shoot that. Anything can happen with containing 35,000 psi in a chamber, but yeah, you're good. You're good. You don't have to be like flying rich and like tape the shit to a 2x4 in your backyard.
I mean, that's what I did that.
Maybe for the first round.
Yeah, I did. Literally for the first round, and then I broke my ejector because the weight was on the mag. And then I said, fuck it, I got to pick it up because I'm going to keep breaking ejectors. So I just picked it up. Full send.
Yeah.
It was fun. Cool.
Oh, yeah. Dude, well, thank you so much for coming on. All you guys on here, you know how I always end the stream. First off, thank you, all of you guys, to coming in, contributing. I'm noticing, like, just so you guys know, like, this shit, like, everything we do, like, this isn't, like, about me. I don't want things to get confused. And, I got, like, all the emails and, you guys hit me up. I love it. I appreciate it. Don't stop, even if I don't reply all the time, because, sometimes it can be challenging, like Zip said, to kind of balance everything. But I'm grateful for all you guys. You're incredible. People come here for the community, not for me. They come here for the community and the guests, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all you guys, and because all of you are so warm and welcoming to new people. Like when people come in our chat and Gertchop says, "Who the fuck is you, SA?" Like that's just like, people love that. So thank you. But I love you guys, and obviously, as I always do at the end of every single stream, what I say is rule number 1 is be kind. Being kind is the most important thing that you can do in your life, and it will not only have a huge impact on the people that you interact with, but it's going to have a huge impact on you too. It feels good to be kind. Also live a life of care, contribution, and compassion. And when you contribute to others, you bless others, you'll be blessed. That's how the world works. And we all know that evil. Thank you, CNT. And I'm excited to get that shit. Oh, I can't wait. We all know that evil can only be. What the fuck? I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry. The only thing that defeats evil is good men skilled in violence. My apologies. So make sure that you guys are becoming as highly skilled in violence as possible. Be safe. Be dangerous. Keep that thing on you. Keep building. Use JSD Supply and use my affiliate link and use code DARK. I'm also a Brownells affiliate. I'm also a HCM Holsters affiliate, which they got the best shit out there, guys. I know I saved it for the very, very end, but you guys are fucking awesome. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. Peace.